because they are the one, who pump in the money to us and say, okay, improve yourself as an apex university. So they give us a freeway. You are allowed to challenge the status quo. I do not know how much you can do it here in India, okay? But now we have the right to question. Hey, why are we doing this? We ought to throw this away. Let us bring up something new. So we involve all key stakeholders, even to the level of students, okay? So the academics, the administrators, the students, supporting staff, all. What ought to be eliminated? Okay? Which are the factors that the industry takes for granted should be eliminated? Which factors should be reduced well below the industry standard? What ought to be raised above the industry standard? In this case, higher education. What factors should be created that the industry has never offered? So this is where brainstorming comes in, okay? And we involve all key stakeholders. So we had a lot of fun, we had a lot of laughter in the midst of it, a lot of sweat and tears, of course, a lot of argument, discussion, and we finally come up with consensus. So the consensus that we come up with is now shown in something called the strategy canvas. And as I'm showing this to you, you can reflect upon this kind of strategic canvas for your own institution, for your own company, and it is specifically for our university, okay? All this comes about when you're looking for elements that can bring in innovation and research. We came up with things like this. On the left-hand side, what needs to be eliminated and reduced. So in red is what we are today. What we were actually just 3 years ago, USM in red. Then later on, Universiti, Sains was given the research university status. So it is the gray color. Then finally, we were given the USM apex status. So how should we be different? Bureaucracy in governance, we want it to be reduced. We find that it's a hurdle. Talent mismatch. The brilliant people, they ought to be there in teaching, but they pulled into administration. What a waste. Gaps in resources. Okay? And we find that what ought to be reduced. And what we want to raise? The value curve. Global agenda, autonomy, accountability. Our services need to be improved. We need to be relevant, and our graduates need to be relevant. And the blue ocean space, people-led local solutions, sustainability in all aspects. Okay? So this is a general one. And as you are listening to this, if you feel that, there is any of these elements, that are domains, that construct that we are wanting to improve, to raise, and you got a solution, do contact us. We are open. We are open for collaboration. We have still 2 more years to go, and we feel we are too slow. For example, in the area of nurturing learning in USM, examination, so much has been mentioned in the past few days, rote learning. Whatever you memorize, you just vomit it out, and you get an A for that. That needs to go away. So we want to reduce the conventional paper, pen examination. There ought to be other alternative assessment. Lectures, one way. How could we make it more interactive? Rote learning, reduce. Apathy, reduce. And we want to raise our curriculum to become student-centered. So there have been overhaul and reviews and so on going on to make sure that it meets certain kind of market standard, and it needs also to inculcate sustainability development within it. It needs to be market relevance. USM is a public university. Of course, private universities are current, okay, to the need of the market. So public universities somehow, quote, are lagging behind. So we find that we are lagging behind, and we need to make a drastic change. So all this, alternative assessment. I saw, for example, Guru. Those are marvelous kind of technology. Technology-enhanced learning, nurturing skills, competency, linking research to learning, sustainable development curriculum, and the blue ocean, non-traditional entry. We have standardized exam, and based upon that, the students will get entry. How about we also open it to the A levels, and other kind of standard examination? Open courseware, practiced by MIT, for example. Where are we? We are not there yet. Enhanced open learning. Okay, so for example, you see, this is the strategic canvas, we call it, and this will be reviewed. Maybe there ought to be some other elements that come in now. So we have been doing this. Research and innovation. We want to reduce traditional labels, the silo that so many people have been talking about. Yes, we admit, so compartmentalized. Okay, even though in university we have the school system, meaning that students actually can take this course and that course from all different schools, but it's not working so. So it's still the silo effect is there. Admin roles of researchers. We're spending too much time in administration. Take it away. Let us just do the research work. Employment based on our faculty need. What about making it more towards the market need? Race, diversity and staff of students, quality of staff and students, diversity of students, of staff. If you're interested to come to university and you feel that your expertise can come in to support our agenda to make University Science an accelerated, world-renowned university, you apply. I'm very sure the Vice Chancellor will be very happy. We are gathering thousands of talents into the university. Fundamental research is now given greater emphasis. Publication infrastructure, okay, given emphasis. Chair for 1,000 professors, there you are, okay? We will be very happy to accommodate. International fellowship scholarship, pilot research focused curriculum. Many international students come over to Malaysia. In particular, I might be wrong, but I don't seem to meet from India, students from India. But from the Middle East, we have a lot, okay? From Jordan, from Iraq, from Iran, Yemen, and so on. For very obvious reason, for example, one of my PhD students that just graduated, his name is Osama. And his aim, his dream in the young days was to go over to California to do his further studies. Employment, according to research, need management system for clusters. So, we believe that there are certain new blue ocean strategies that we are applying. And if you feel that there are other blue ocean strategies that ought to come in, come, share with us. Okay, for services. Yesterday, your minister was talking about passion. Look at that. Blue ocean strategy to us is also called passion. And this seems to be lagging. It seems to be low. Okay, we need to have a caring attitude and all those things. Okay. Concentration of talents. Okay, we want to reduce all those obstacles from letting people to come in. Bureaucracy, we find is too unnecessary. Instead of taking 1 year to apply to come into USM, what about just within the month or within even 2 weeks? And we are doing it, really, we are doing it. Okay, so we want to increase our speed, okay, in terms of all aspects to bring them in and all the rest, okay. So challenges, probably when we are applying the blue ocean strategy, and probably to your area. Yes, rounding up. So this is a new paradigm shift to us and to whoever might be applying it, okay? So we challenge the status quo. That might be a challenge, okay, because a big issue. Not all government will allow that. New mindset of academics, all stakeholders. We need to retrain all the faculty members, as one of your secretary have mentioned, okay? That you cannot just work on the faculty. It needs to be all as a team, the whole community. Be risk takers. That's the limit of innovation. We need to dare to bold to discontinue activities that we feel is counterproductive. And we need to continuously reassess the value of innovation, okay? What needs to be eliminated and decreased, what ought to be raised, what ought to be created. So, ladies and gentlemen, jump left with the competitors, or jump. And I saw so many wonderful ideas by your entrepreneurs here. And I definitely see many blue ocean strategies applied. Though you may not be using that, you may not use that coin word. So my email is there, and those of you who feel that you have a place to play, or to fellowship, or to have more discussion, or want to come over to University Science Malaysia, please contact me. Thank you.